Hey there, everybody. Coach Andrew here. Today, we're going to be talking about how to generate leads going into 2020. I'm going to give you 5 of my best pieces of advice for how to deal with the changes that are happening in the online marketplace. We're going to talk about paid ads, organic advertising, and then I'm going to give you 3 tips that can really help you tweak your messaging, your marketing, and your positioning, give you some fresh ideas and some fresh strategies to really make sure that you can stand out, separate yourself from all of the noise in the marketplace, and really make 2020 a year of growth for you and your business. So make sure you watch all the way to the end, because tip number 5 is probably the best one out of them all. So yeah, let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. It is 2020. Somehow, some way, 2019 is over already. I can hardly believe it. I hope you guys had a great 2019. My 2019 was pretty good. It was full of a lot of growth and introspection, a lot of learning. I'm hoping that 2020 can be a year of growth and healing and moving forward for all of us. 2019 was really one of those years. I know a lot of my clients are telling me that 2019 was a bad year. It was just difficult for a lot of people. So let me know down in the comments how 2019 was for you. I'm curious. But you're all here because we are talking about 2020, the new year. I'm filming this on the 3rd of January, so it is quite literally the new year. It's the start of a brand new chapter here. And a lot of people are asking me, well, what are the best strategies for getting leads for my business in 2020? So if you have an online service business of any kind, I typically work with coaches and consultants, people who sell information and expertise, but this information can also be valid for anyone who has a service profession online and needs to get clients online. And moving into 2020, we have to consider a few things because the online marketplace has been changing rapidly, and I don't think this rate of change is going to change anytime soon. I think if anything, it might start getting quicker. A lot of people are saying things like the online marketplace is getting too saturated and things are going to start collapsing soon and there's too much competition and people are talking about the next recession, all kinds of crazy stuff. And really, my inner stoic reminds me that there is no point in trying to future cast because there are so many things that we cannot control. There are so many things we cannot see. And honestly, it's just not productive to be worrying about all of the noise that's out there. What is really important for us, though, is to focus on the things we can control. So for today's video, I rounded up 5 of my best tips for getting new leads in the new year online. These are not specifically strategies for finding leads, but they are my best advice moving into the new year because really, I don't think it's going to come down to strategies. I think everyone has strategies. You've all seen the business coaches and the courses and all the gurus who are always trying to sell you information, saying they have a magic funnel, they have a magic email sequence, they're masters of cold messaging, whatever it is. Everyone has their strategies. There's no shortage of strategies anywhere. What there is a shortage of in 2020 in the online marketplace is authenticity, is humanity, is trust. How do you make yourself stand out in an ocean of people who are doing the exact same thing that you are? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's dive into these 5 tips. So we're diving here into the whiteboard and I am just going to outline these 5 strategies for you. Number 1, and this is the one a lot of you are probably thinking about. It might be the reason why you came here. Number 1 is ads, right? So paid ads are a monster. Paid ads are a gigantic beast that needs to be tamed, and it is a beast that continually grows, continually changes, continually evolves, and you have to continually evolve and adapt to keep this beast in its cage. Because if you don't try to keep up, ads are going to run away, they're going to escape from you, they're going to steal a bunch of your money, and they're just something special like that. Now, going into the new year, a lot of people have noticed that the cost of ads is going up. And this is something that just happens. Ad costs are going to continue to go up until new platforms emerge, new avenues emerge. Lots of big corporations and companies that didn't use Facebook and YouTube ads are now discovering those things, and they're coming into the space, driving costs up. A really important thing to remember about ads that some of you may have forgotten is that it's not about the cost of the ad. It does not matter per se how much the advertisement costs, your cost per click, your cost per views. that isn't the most important number to keep track of. It does matter because it factors into the formula, but what matters the most is how much money you're making and what your conversion rate is. So out of all the people who are watching your ads, how many of those people are actually being converted? How many of them are scheduling phone calls? And how many of those phone calls are you closing? That's really what this comes down to. So the fact that like cost per views, cost per click is going up doesn't have to scare you. What you really should be focusing on is how well are your funnels converting? How streamlined is your sales process? How many people are you able to close? And are the ads still turning a good profit for you? A lot of people, particularly people who are just getting started with their business, beginners, people who are just starting an online coaching or consulting business, are trying to focus on getting ads for the lowest cost. So they want 10 cents per view, 5 cents per view. But I have to remind you, it's okay to pay 30, 40, 50, sometimes $1 a view if you have a really solid conversion rate. Once people view your ad, if a high enough percentage of them click it and end up buying, you can afford to pay those higher costs. And it's been said that whoever's willing to pay the highest amount for their customer, they win in the end. If you're not willing to pay a high amount for your customer, you will lose because there's someone else out there who's willing to pay more. So for those of you who are already running ads and already are getting results, my best advice for you going into the new year is to just keep doing what's working. Pay really close attention to your numbers, and if things start to shift, if your return on investment starts to go down, then start trying to pivot a little bit, start tweaking things. Make sure you're always split testing different variations and seeing if you can get that conversion percentage to increase. Again, it's not always about getting your CPC or your CPV down as low as possible. Sometimes it's about increasing that conversion percentage. For those of you who are new to running ads or haven't started yet, my best advice to you is to start as soon as possible. As long as you have some money to play around with, which you really don't need that much to get started. Like when I started, I had about $500 available. I played around with Facebook ads, played around with YouTube ads. Just learn how to do it and get started as soon as possible. Ads are formulaic, okay? So if you are not educated on how to build ads, if you don't know how to build a good funnel, if you don't feel like you have found your voice yet and you're not able to create an ad that really speaks your message and speaks to your client in the voice that you want, then maybe wait a little bit longer and get more comfortable with your sales process. Make sure your branding is down because you can throw away a lot of money on ads. But if you haven't started yet, the best time to get started was 10 years ago. The second best time to get started is today. So I highly recommend you start setting up a small funnel, make a little video ad, make a picture ad, write some copy. Find someone who's doing really well in the same industry that you are in and model what they've done. Don't copy it, but model it and make something for yourself and get it out there. Play around with 20 or 50 bucks. See what happens. You can start building your email list, start learning how to make good ads. That's really all you can do right now. And if you're scared about running ads, don't be. Just go in as a student. Don't go into this acting like you're someone who needs to know everything and have everything figured out already. And don't be a perfectionist. When it comes to funnels and advertisements, perfectionism is going to kill your progress. Make something that's good enough to put out there. Launch it, pay attention to the results and the feedback, and then tweak it and improve. That's really how you do this. You just have to get started. One more thing I want to mention about rising ad costs is, although some of you are scared about this, you shouldn't be, right? You shouldn't be if you're good at what you do, because rising ad costs are simply a market control. I recently posted a video on my channel. You can go check it out. I think it's 2 videos back about another channel called CoffeeZilla. And this is a guy who investigates like fake gurus, people who make millions of dollars selling courses, who make like these crazy false income claims and use fake testimonials. And in that video, I talked about how channels like CoffeeZilla are important because they're starting to regulate the online marketplace. In the online marketplace, particularly with courses, coaches, consulting, there are a lot of people coming into this marketplace who are saturating it, who are trying to make a living, trying to sell things to people. And there's really no regulation in this marketplace. There's no governing body who is determining if an offer is good, if an offer is bad, if clients are being treated well, if they're getting the results they're promised. And there's no way to prevent people from being scammed or ripped off. So rising ad costs and people getting called out because they're liars and they're scamming and they're using fake evidence, fake testimonials, all of these things are emerging, and they're only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. More people are going to start getting called out. Lawsuits are going to start happening. Word of mouth is going to spread. Ad costs are going to continue to rise. The cost of doing business is going to continue to rise. And eventually, I think the Federal Trade Commission is going to step in and start trying to regulate online education and online service businesses. I think it is inevitable. And I'm not saying this to freak you out. I'm saying it because it's a good thing if you're good at what you do. If you're a bad coach, if you're a bad consultant, if you don't get your clients the results that you promised them, you're not going to survive, because this is natural selection in the marketplace. And as ad costs continue to go up, people who can't afford to do it, people who aren't willing to do it, and people who aren't good enough to compete in the marketplace are no longer going to be able to compete. And only the people who are playing the game fairly, who have good customer service, a good reputation, get real results, and they know how to speak to people like a human being with good, positive, honest messaging, those are the people who are going to be able to continue to stay and play, even though ad costs are high, because their conversion percentages are going to be so much higher. So if you're worried about rising ad costs, you shouldn't be. You should only be worried about it if you're not good at what you do. If you are really good at what you do, if you are one of the best coaches or consultants or service pros out there, this is a good thing for you, because it's going to start weeding out the people who shouldn't be here in the first place. So next, let's talk about organic lead generation. This is probably another big reason why a lot of you are watching this video, and it's number 2 for that reason. Now, organic lead generation is changing just as much as paid ads are, because a lot of people have been talking about in 2019 how organic reach on Instagram has been slowly decreasing. It's been the same thing on Facebook for a while. We saw it when they changed the algorithm and stopped focusing so much on businesses and focused more on groups. We saw how business pages lost pretty much all of their influence, all of their reach. I mean, people's views were cut like by 80% when they made that change. You have to remember that these platforms own everything on the platform. You do not own your YouTube subscribers, your Instagram followers, or your Facebook friends, or your group. You don't own any of it. These platforms own those audiences, and they can change anything that they want. They can shut you down, they can remove you, they can block you. I've been seeing a lot of Facebook accounts. I have like 3,000 or so coaches and consultants who are on my friends list on Facebook, people who I have mentored, people who are in my industry. And I have seen like 4 or 5 of them in the last couple of months get their accounts locked, mostly because they're posting about their business on their personal page. They're tagging people. They irritated someone reported them, and their account got locked for a week. Their Facebook group got locked. And when that happens, it's not exactly a good look. So I just want to remind you guys that these platforms are probably only going to get stricter and stricter and stricter. Okay, ad costs are going up, organic reach is going down, and these platforms are actively fighting against people who do things like cold message, tag people, spam people. We saw last year Facebook removed the ability to just add people to your group. Now you have to invite them. All of these things are measures that the platforms are putting in place to stop people who are in the online business world from harassing people, essentially. So if you were doing stuff like that in the first place, it may have been profitable for you for a while, but ultimately shame on you, because that kind of is harassment. And as a business owner, you don't want to be seen that way. You want to be seen as very, very professional. So when you're growing a platform and you're trying to create organic lead generation, keep these things in mind. Keep your stuff tasteful, be tactful. Do not be too forward or forthcoming, because you might get slapped on the wrist by one of these big companies. The best way to grow an organic platform is to create really, really good content, market it very, very well, use smart, tactful messaging, and follow the rules. Do what the platform wants you to do. Facebook wants you to build community. So make a group that gets lots of engagement, get lots of likes, lots of comments. If you're on Instagram, get lots of likes and shares. Take beautiful photos. Don't take pictures of your offer. Don't put words in the picture. Instagram likes beautiful pictures and well-chosen hashtags. If you're on YouTube, create videos that go viral. Do keyword research, use really good tags, get lots of subscribers, and keep people watching your videos for a long period of time. Pay attention. Just pay attention to what the platform wants from you as a creator, and do that. And the platform will respect you. The platform will treat you well if you follow their rules and do what it wants. If you're messaging people, if you're cold messaging people, if you're selling things, if you're just being outright salesy, the platform's not going to like that. The truth about these organic social media platforms, it's like the same thing as paid ads. If you haven't started building it yet, start building it now, because a lot of these platforms are getting just as saturated as the paid advertising space is. It's just as saturated as the marketplace is. There are thousands of coaches, thousands of consultants, people out there who have YouTube channels, Instagrams, Facebook groups, and they're all competing for the same audience. In the end, the business that has the best customer service, provides the best customer experience, and is able to speak to the client, to speak to the prospect in a language that they understand, that excites them, that tells them what they need to know, and gives the information with goodwill, they're going to be the ones who win out. The people who are just trying to sell will eventually lose out. So my best advice for you going into 2020 is, if you don't have an organic platform built out, start doing it now. What I did for the last 3 years was I just used Facebook. I used Facebook. I went into groups, I went into communities, I met people, I messaged people, I provided them with solutions, I did free website audits, I did business audits, I did lots of consultation calls. I ran my business almost exclusively with organic traffic through Facebook. But it's been changing. Like I said, they changed the algorithm again. They keep changing it, and they're going to keep doing whatever they can to keep Facebook about family and friends and not about Joe Schmo and his consulting business. That's not what they want it to be about. So what I started doing towards the end of 2019 was building this YouTube channel. And I look at this as a long-term investment. It grows really slowly. I have over 100 videos on here, and a lot of them are poorly optimized. They weren't good. If you go back and watch my first videos, they're embarrassing. I didn't use good tags. They're not optimized. I didn't have an end screen. I didn't use cards. I didn't do anything right, but I got started, and I'm getting better and better and better. And this channel's growing. It's growing pretty consistently now, and it's going to keep growing because this is a long-term investment. And I decided that YouTube is what I want to focus on. So I have my podcast here. I have my coaching business here. I have these business coaching videos. All of my stuff is here on this platform. And this platform is going to serve me with organic lead generation in the future. It is a complement to paid advertising. So if you rely solely on paid advertising, keep doing that. If it's working, keep doing it, especially. And if you haven't started, start it now, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. So make sure you're using a good mixture of paid advertising and organic lead generation. Pick a platform that's good for you and start investing your time, energy, and maybe even some money into it right now, because it will continue to serve you later on. I don't see Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube going anywhere in the near future. I think they're going to be around for a long time, but you need to continue to play by these platforms' rules, follow their rules, provide content that's really good, that builds a real following. Don't ever buy followers. You don't need that many followers to make a living online. You just need like a handful of people who really trust you, really enjoy your information, and that can be your base. You can grow it out from there. So before I move on to the last 3 tips, I just want to remind you, if this video is helpful, if this information is useful to you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, please. I really, really appreciate it. And if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments. I answer all of the questions on all my videos. I'm here to help you guys. But on this channel, I post all kinds of content. I post lots of business coaching content like this, which is more geared towards online marketing, sales, things of that nature. And I also have my Ask Coach Andrew series, the Coach Andrew Talks series, and the Seek and Clear podcast, which are all focused on self-development, geared mostly towards entrepreneurs, where we talk about things like mindset, productivity. This is all stuff that I teach my clients. It's stuff that has really, really changed my life and allowed me to live my dream life, support a family of 4 with a business that I run all by myself at my leisure. And yeah, it's really just a privilege to be here to share all this with you guys. So I appreciate all of you who subscribe and choose to join the community. All right, next I want to talk about networking. Number 3 is networking, and specifically I'm talking about in-person networking. Now I know that the title of this video was how to get clients online or generate leads online in 2020. I get it, but I don't want you guys to pass this opportunity up. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but I want to remind you guys that the king of lead generation, the king of building trust, is always word of mouth. And word of mouth, yes, can be online. It can be people talking about you on Facebook in their DMs. That's good. But in-person networking is also extremely valuable. Now, there are lots of really great organizations you can join. I highly recommend organizations like BNI, which is Business Networking International. There are chapters for this organization all over the country. You join one, it's a bunch of small business owners who meet together like once a week. And you basically talk about your businesses with each other for a few hours once a week. And the goal is that everyone in the group brings referrals to people. So you meet everyone in the group, you learn what they all do, they learn what you do, and then you all go out and you do your thing, and you're out for a week, you're working, you're with your family, you're out there, and then you all come back and you say, hey, I found someone for you, I found someone for you, he found someone for me, and you refer people to each other. It's a really, really great way to grow your business. You can find people to form partnerships with. You can find people who are willing to do promotions or affiliate offers for you. In-person networking is super, super valuable. And if you're not doing it, you're a fool. You're a fool. You need to be doing in-person networking. Another really great way to do it is to join other organizations. There are things like Toastmasters, which is a great way to practice your public speaking skills, and you can meet lots of people who will spread word about you and your businesses. And you can also go to conferences and seminars, professional conferences, and lots of business conferences. There's things like, Grant Cardone's 10X. There's Bedros Keuilian's Empire Business Summit. I think that's what it's called. There's Craig Ballantyne's Perfect Life Workshops. There's Russell Brunson's Funnel Hacking Live, which is in like 26 days in Nashville. I'm going to it. I'm going to be vlogging the whole entire thing. So if you want to see what Funnel Hacking Live is like, subscribe to the channel, stick around because I'm going to vlog the entire thing for you guys. It's my first time going. But these events and these organizations are invaluable for meeting people, and meeting people is the best way to grow your business because it's not always just lead generation. These people can do you favors. They can introduce you to other people. Yes, they can bring you referrals, but sometimes meeting the right people or being in the right places at the right time can really, really do wonders for your business and your influence and your authority. So you really, really need to be doing in-person networking. Go on Google, find your local entrepreneurship organization, your small business organization, BNI, Toastmasters. Go to a business conference, go to a professional conference, go to some seminars. You won't regret it. Sometimes just the proximity of being near like-minded people who are successful, who are doing the same thing you're doing, who have powerful visions for the world, that proximity is infectious. You'll absorb energy, you'll absorb inspiration, and it will really, really improve your business, I promise. And actually, before we move on to number 4, I added in here real quick, give favors all the time and it will come back to you. This is really important, especially when you're doing in-person networking. Don't ask for things from other people. Always give first. Give someone a favor. Say, hey, can I bring you on my podcast? Can I interview you on my YouTube channel? Can I feature one of your articles on my website? Do whatever you can. Give them business cards. Give them referrals. That's like the best thing you can do. If you know someone who could use what that guy over there does, just walk up to him and be like, hey, I have a friend who might be interested in what you're doing. If I ask them and they want your number, can I give them your phone number? And then get it from them. Follow through with that, make it happen, and boom, you gave them a favor. Now they owe you one. And odds are, if they know someone who would use your services, they'll refer out to you. So always give before asking. Now, these last 2 tips I'm going to give you are like the first 3 were kind of like strategies, right? These are all things that you can go start doing that are going to start generating leads for you. But the last 2 are basically positioning, right? So how to position yourself, because like we said at the beginning of this video, the marketplace is getting saturated. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but it still means you need to be evolving, you need to be adapting, and you need to be finding ways to stand out and make sure that all of the prospects out there know why you're different, why you're better, and why they should hire you instead. You need to always be thinking about your positioning and your messaging and how you can make it better. This is going to increase your conversion rate. Going into the new year, I think something that's going to become increasingly important in the coming decade is your humanity, your level of trust. So a lot of people out there are selling courses, programs, coaching, consulting, whatever they're selling. They're selling it from a webinar. They're selling it from a sales page. They're selling it from an email newsletter. They're selling it from anything. You name it. You name it. You're probably reading it. You're probably listening to it. You probably don't talk to a person. And if it's a person that you do talk to, it might be just a salesperson. A lot of these people hire salespeople to take their phone calls. A lot of these people hire closers to sell their high ticket programs. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're doing really, really well for yourself. You probably need a salesperson. You need these systems in place. But if you're someone who's, maybe you're just making a living, or maybe you're not yet making a living, maybe you're struggling, maybe you haven't made any money yet, maybe you haven't even started this. If that's you, then you have time for this. And what I'm saying you have time for is to be a human. You have time to talk to your prospects, to talk to your leads, to show them that you're a person who cares, that you can be trusted. It's not just about taking time to do your phone calls. It's not just about taking time to send nice messages or writing a thank you card to put in the mail or sending little goodie bags to all of your clients. All of that is great. But a lot of this comes down to intention. What is your intention with your business? Are you here to just make money? Are you here to just make a living? Are you here to just sell a bunch of programs and get a bunch of clients? Or are you here to make an impact on the world? Are you here because you truly care about your clients and their problems and their families and their needs? You understand their pain, their fear, and their desire, and you want to help them? Are you here because your program can change their life for the better? They pay you money, you help them change their life. It's a fair transaction. It is a caring transaction. It is a way to be human. How do you look at your business? How do you look at your clients? How do you speak to them? How do you treat them? These are the questions you've got to be asking yourself moving forward, because truth is, there's a lot of people who are coming into this marketplace because they think being an online coach or a consultant or having some kind of online business is just an easy way to make money. A lot of people, probably the majority of people, are here because of that. They want to quit their day job. They want to spend more time with their family. They want to travel. They want to buy a sports car. They want to be famous on YouTube. You name it. Those are all selfish. Nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. There's nothing wrong with those ambitions, but they're selfish. Which of your priorities, which of your motivations comes first? Is it selfish or is it client-centered? If you can find a way to make sure that your business is more client-centered than your competition's, you will win. You will win. It's that simple. A client-centered business has better customer service, a better customer experience, and better customer results. You'll get better word of mouth. You'll get more referrals. People will share your content. People will trust you more. Your sales percentages will be higher. Your conversion rates will be higher, and your ads will perform better. It's that simple. It's that simple. A lot of people just don't think about this. They're so busy thinking about the strategies. All those business coaches out there. I have an email sequence. I have a sales script. This funnel is going to transform. Let us build ads. We'll get 5% conversion on your webinar. All of that probably works right now, maybe, but it's all strategy. There's no heart. Give your business as much heart as possible. Be client-centered. And you will win in the end. You will succeed. That might not be the most specific advice you were hoping for, but if you really listen to what I just said and you meditate on it and you think about what it means for you and your business and your clients, I promise it will have a payoff. Number 5 is features, okay? So being client-centered is basically messaging. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you carry your program, how you talk about it, how you speak about it, how you interact with your clients. Features are how you get your product to stand out, right? Features are how you get noticed. Features are what make your program better. If you can be client-centered and prove to people that you care about them and you want to fix their problems, and then you show them the features of your program and you make them stand out and unique, they'll think to themselves, this person cares about me and their program is better than everyone else's. There's no competition if you can do those two things. And so the question then becomes, how do we, in 2020, create features that help our program stand out from other people's? And the answer is really simple. Do what they are not doing. So I have a really good example, actually. I have a course called the Coaching Conversion Blueprint. It is a membership site that has all of the steps for starting an online coaching, consulting, or service business. And there are 6 modules, right? It starts with mindset, where we cover your mindset, your productivity. Make sure you're thinking about things correctly and you're not sabotaging yourself. Unit 2 is foundations, which covers your branding, your marketing, your offer, your pricing, your payment plans. We basically build out your program and your business. Unit three is strategies. We talk about sales. We go all over the sales process. Make sure your sales process is nailed down to a T. And then we talk about marketing, organic and paid. We make sure that you have a way to generate leads and you know how to close them. Unit four is execution, where we talk all about workflow, work habits, routines, schedules, how to serve your clients, how to get referrals, how to make sure your company is growing. Unit five, we talk about optimization, which is literally what it sounds like. We optimize and tweak things. And six is scaling, where we talk about scaling, automation, hiring out, upsells, and downsells. This course covers everything that you need to grow a successful online coaching or consulting business. Now, unfortunately, but also kind of fortunately for me, there are lots of other courses out there that do the same thing. There's like Sam Ovens, right? There's lots of big courses that teach people how to start an online client-based business. So how did I get my course to stand out? Simple. I do what Sam Ovens doesn't do, and I package it with one-to-one coaching. So when someone purchases the Coaching Conversion Blueprint from me, not only do they get lifetime access to the entire course, all of the videos, all of the worksheets, all of the tutorials, literally hundreds of hours of content for creating ads and building a business and doing sales and branding, everything. You get lifetime access to that, but you also get coaching with me. You choose how long you want to work with me, and you get unlimited access to me as a business mentor. You can send me voice messages. You can schedule phone calls or video calls. If you need help with doing something, you tell me. We get on the phone, we jump on a video call, and I help you do it. I make sure you understand all the content. I double check all your work in the course. I make sure your worksheets look good, and I answer your questions. I'm here for you. I have clients who have had like panic attacks, who are in debt. They call me up. I talk them through it. We get back to work. I make sure my clients succeed. Now, nothing against Sam Ovens. He makes really great content. He's a good guy. He's smart. But if one of his 20,000 clients who's going through his course is having a panic attack because they're in debt or something went wrong, is he going to pick up the phone and walk them through it? No, he's not. But I am. And so that's what my coaching program is. It is a hybrid coaching course. You get all the benefits of an online course that you get to keep for life, combined with one-to-one coaching with a professional to make sure that you get all the information you need, you implement it as soon as possible, and you start making money as quickly as you possibly can. That's the whole goal of my course, and that's why it's different. A lot of people out there are selling courses, but those courses don't include any coaching. And a lot of people out there are selling coaching, but that coaching doesn't include a membership site full of hundreds of hours of videos and tutorials and worksheets. You stop paying your invoice, your coach is gone, and what are you left with? Sometimes nothing. So that's just one way that you can combine features to make your program really, really stand out. What's another way to do it? Well, here's another personal example, and I'm just sharing these with you, not to like self-promote, although it kind of is a great way to self-promote, but because I understand these methods very, very intimately, and they've worked very, very well for me. So if you can think of similar things based on your skill set and your client base, this can be really, really effective for you. So another way that I've done this is with my life coaching program. So I offer business coaching and I offer life coaching. With my life coaching program, not only do you get me as a life coach where I help you set goals, I help you fix your life, we understand what's preventing you from succeeding, what your obstacles are, what needs to be worked on, and I provide accountability, we create strategies, I do all of that. But I'm also a fitness coach. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist, a nutrition coach, an athletic strength and conditioning specialist, and an ISSA elite personal trainer. I have a bachelor's degree in exercise science. I started out as a fitness coach like 3 years ago, if you didn't know that. But I don't do fitness coaching anymore. I kind of lost my passion for it, but I combine those skills with my life coaching plan. So if you sign up for my life coaching plan, not only do you get a life coach who helps you set goals and accomplish all of the things, whether it be professional, relationships, social, financial, health, but I will help you deal with your fitness too. And I'll make sure that you have a fitness routine that supports you, because sometimes fitness is the best way to get endorphins that help you feel good, to fight anxiety, fight depression, fight stress. Fitness and exercise can fix sleep problems. I make sure that you're getting good nutrition and your supplementation is on point. A lot of other life coaches out there are really, really good, They can help you set goals. They can hold you accountable. They can talk you through problems and create strategies for making your life better. But are they going to know if you're nutrient deficient? Are they going to know how much sleep you need to be getting? Are they going to know if you're doing enough exercise to stay healthy and live for another 20 years after you complete your goals? A lot of them don't. And sometimes the reason a lot of people are depressed or stressed or anxious or struggling with their life or they're insecure is because of their body. It's because of their fitness. They might not be getting enough magnesium and they get these crazy migraines. Goal setting and life coaching isn't going to fix that. So my program is unique because it combines a light version of fitness coaching with life coaching. And my life coaching clients get the whole package. So go out there and find another life coach who combines fitness coaching and health coaching with their life coaching program. There might be a couple out there who do it, but I know that it makes me very, very unique. And my clients get unique results because my program's better that way. So here's what I want you to think about when it comes to your program. What problems do you solve? Who do you serve? And how do you do it? What makes your program great? Write it all down. Write down bullet points, all your features, all the things you provide, all the things your clients get, and then draw a line. And on the other side of that line, make it twice as good. It's going to be tricky at first. You're going to have to think about what kinds of other skills you have. For example, if you are, say you're someone who runs ads, right? Maybe you're an advertising agency. Don't just run ads, build a website too. You could hire that out, pay someone on Fiverr, and then have them build out the base website and then edit it, make it better, make sure it's perfect yourself. It's not that much more work, but you can increase your price because you added a done-for-you service, and it makes your program that much better. It makes you that much different, and it makes you that much more of a perfect fit for just the right number of people. You don't want to be an okay fit for a ton of people. You want to be a perfect fit for a small number of people. That's how you build a highly successful business. So think about your business, all the features, how your program works, how your offer works, and then try to make it twice as good. What can you add to it that's going to make it better than anything else out there? That's the secret sauce. So what services or products can you add to your program to make it even more effective and save your client even more time, money, and energy, right? If you're a fitness coach, can you include supplements with your fitness coaching program? Find a wholesale supplier, find a dealer who can give you a good price, and then add that to your program. If you hire me as a fitness coach, you get the app, you get the workouts, you get the meal plan. I'm also going to mail you all of your supplements every month. Stuff like that is really, really going to help you stand out. So that's it, you guys. I'm going to leave this up here. If you want to take a screenshot or take notes, do it now. But I really, really hope this video was helpful. I know some of you came here and you were probably looking for like a word-for-word, step-by-step exact strategy for getting leads. And actually, those people probably already left. If you're still watching, congratulations. I really applaud you. That means you're focused. You really want to learn. You really want to implement this stuff. And if you took notes and you really listened, this information will help you grow your business like crazy in 2020. And I know you can do it. So if this video was helpful and you want more content from me, go ahead, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, leave a like. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll be sure to answer it. And I'm going to give you one final call to action, because if you liked this information, if you trust me, if you think that I can help you grow your online client-based business, or if you just want a life coach, then I want you to click the link in the description, go to andrewwuellner.com. You can check out my coaching programs there. You can schedule a free phone consultation with me. I won't try to sell you anything on the first phone call. We're just going to talk about you, your business, your goals, whatever you want to talk about, see if we're a good fit, tell you what I think we would do, what kind of strategies we would implement, how we would do it. And if we both think that my coaching program might be a good fit, we'll schedule a second call and talk about it. But that's it, you guys. Go check it out if you're interested in working with me. If not, I will also be posting a free training video on this channel in the coming weeks. If it's already posted, I will put a link to it in the pinned comment, but it's basically going to be a video that goes over the 6 biggest mistakes that online client-based business owners make. I'm going to talk about the mistakes, symptoms to look out for so you can properly identify them, and I'm going to give you my best advice for working around them so that you can continue to grow. They cover a lot of things. such as the stuff we went over in this video, like advertising and lead generation. But I also talk about things like sales and mindset, scaling, optimization, workflow. It basically covers all of the content that's in the Coaching Conversion Blueprint, which is my coaching course. So if you want to watch that free training, all you have to do is put your email in to watch it. I'll probably have that done in the next week or so, and I'll be sure to put the link down below. But if you want to watch that and it's not out yet, just subscribe to the channel and it'll pop up in your feed when I post it. Hit the bell to make sure you get notifications. But that's all I got for you guys today. So I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.